Guys, my name is Kishan and today we are going to look at type of SQL statements. Every now and then while working with SQL you might have come across a lot of different type of SQL statements. When I say different type, I mean like you must have used something like as create table to create a table. Then you would have used something like insert, update, delete to put manipulate data in that table. Then you would have used something like commit to make the changes permanent to the database. So all these are different types of SQL statement. They are well categorized into 8 different type of SQL statements, and we are going to look at and understand what are those 8 different type of SQL statements. To start with our video, the very first type of statements we have are data definition languages, also known as DDL statements. Now, as the name suggests, they work with the definition of the Oracle object. When I say definition means the structure, like create a table. You are creating something. You are working with the structure of a table. So create table. Then you might alter something in the table. So alter table. You might rename the table. So rename. You might drop, truncate, or make such changes to database objects, not just tables, such as create a synonym, create a sequence, alter a sequence, all those kind of. So all those statements which will change the definition of an Oracle object are considered in data definition language. Now all these statements are auto commit. Why? Because once you have changed the structure, you cannot just roll back and get back to your old structure. So whenever you write drop table, the table is gone. There is no rollback to it. They are all auto commits. And they put an exclusive lock, like if you are adding a column to a table and somebody is performing an update or select, the session might get interrupted for them, because they will put an exclusive lock when you are performing any of these DDL statements. Okay, so basic thing to remember is DDL statement work with the structure of the Oracle objects. Next are DML statements. Now these are data manipulation languages. When I say manipulation means selecting the data from a table, insert, update, delete, merge, which is nothing but insert, update or delete, then a call to a PLSQL procedure or function, then the explain plan where you look at how the Oracle executed your SQL statement and gave you the results, and at the last, lock table. So this lock table are one or more table specified statements through which you would be assessing or denying other users to have access to your particular table, so lock table. So all these statements through which you are working with just the data of, or you're just manipulating the data of the tables and all, would come under DML statements. Okay, before was DDL where we considered structure. These are DML which work with the data. Then the next are transaction control statements, or TCS statements. So these statements are like they manage the changes that are done by our DML statements, such as commit, where we save the changes to our database. Okay, then there is rollback, where we roll back the changes back to we bring the database to a previous commit stage or something like that. Okay, then there is save point, like I can make a save point at a particular stage in a transaction, then to perform some insert, update, deletes or DML statements, and then roll back to the older save point. So like that save point. And then there is set transaction, like where we set the properties of the transaction, like read or write and read only access kind of things. So these are statements which will kind of make the DML statements permanent, or roll back them. They will manage our DML statements. Okay, the next coming are data control languages. These are normally languages such as grant, revoke. Like grant means when you want some other user to access your table or your function procedure, then you will grant privileges on them. So grant statements. Then revoke statements are just opposite of grant. You take back the privileges. And then there is analyze. You get the statistics of a table or an index or a clustered table and all. Then there are audit statements. Audit statements are such as when you are looking for a particular SQL statement in a user sessions, or you are going through all the SQL statements in a particular user sessions and all, then you will use audit statements. And then there are comment. You would add the comment to the data columns of a table. So these all are data control statements, DCL. Then there are session control statements. Session control statements are normally alter session statement. Like when we want to change the date format, we would do an alter session set NLS date format is equal to say DDMMYY or DDMONYYYY. So when we change something just for a particular session, those statements would come in this session control statement. The changes done by the session are are kept only for that session. The other users are not affected. As soon as you close your session and reconnect, the default settings would get applied to the database. So these are session controlled, where only a particular user session is affected. Also, there is something called as a set role, where you enable or disable the role that are currently enabled in that session. And then next coming are system control statements. When you perform something like alter system set, or alter system flush a shared pool, where you would clean up the shared pool from the SGA. So something that will change the complete Oracle database instance, which will affect the complete Oracle database instance, are considered this system control statements. So we have seen session control means only that particular user session is affected, and then we have seen system control, where the Oracle database instance itself is affected. And at the last, there are embedded SQL statements. Now these embedded SQL statements are mostly the SQL statements which are used in programming languages such as C, C++, Java, COBOL. So what happens here is, instead of using the SQL preprocessor such as PLSQL, transaction SQL, the programming language themselves have a preprocessor which would replace this SQL statements by some other code, which will be then read by the host compiler. The only benefit is, like, you can keep on using your primary programming language and have the ability of SQL data manipulation statements. So when you combine both of this, you have something called as embedded SQL statements. So this is our video on SQL statements. I hope the video was clear. We have looked at 8 different kind of statements. DDL, where we work with the definition of the object. Then we have seen DML, where we work with the data of the object. Then we have seen transaction control, commit, rollback, save point, those kind of. Then there is data control languages, where we grant, revoke, or audit, or give comment to data tables and all. And then we have seen session control statement, where the changes are only affected for that particular user session. Then we have seen system control statements, so a change done on the whole Oracle database instance, which is affected to all the users. And at the last, embedded SQL statements. So all the SQL statements that we work day to day are categorized in these 8 different type of SQL statements. So I hope this video was informative and you guys enjoyed it. Please do like, share and subscribe. This is Kishan signing off. Thank you.